So for video number 3, we're going to talk about setting up your master drawing. Now I have that spelled out pretty good in the handout guide. And you can see I actually have my drawing. I'll kind of bring it into view here so you can see it closer up. I drew the same design twice. I put an 1/8 inch of a crop, or bleed I should say, around the outside edge, which is this extra line. The inside line right there and there, that's actually my live area. That's where your designs will trim when they're printed out. You can do this different ways as far as for creating your registration marks. But what I did is I actually put a registration mark right across the paper. I did not draw it through my design. It doesn't have to be perfectly the midpoint of the paper, so don't worry about that. The main thing is I want it at a right angle to, I say the horizontals at a right angle to the vertical, and so on and so forth. That way you don't want your paper sitting on your design like that. You want it lining up nice and straight. It's not critical in this case on this particular project that if it is a little off, as long as it's consistent though. But kind of important though, if you're doing what I'm doing here, I actually drew my lines here on my paper, and I actually I taped it down on the corners like so. So I'm using that blue painter's tape, and 2 corners is good enough for this. I then just proceeded to take a ruler and draw the line on the board like so, and just extended it off, and then I just lifted my paper, and this is so you can use this for the next assignment. I actually will lift the paper, and now what I'm going to do, and I'm using pencil, not ink. I guess I prefer not to permanently mark the board, but if you want to be able to see this more clearly, you could use an ink pen. I then draw the line all the way across, like so. I'm just going to take your time, line it up. Now that crosshair register mark will work for all 3 printing assignments. And I just take my process drawing, my master drawing, and I line it back up. If you see any issues with it lining up, then check all your marks. And at this point, you're good to go to the next step, which is cutting your frisket. So what I do, and actually I'll make one comment about that. You're going to have to lift this off to cut your frisket, which I will show in the next video. And you're going to have to you're going to have to backlight this somehow. Now, it's possible. I'm actually going to see if this works. Let's take a piece of our frisket here. Just rip off a section here. Let's see, can you see through this? If you look, you actually can. I don't know if you can see it too well in the video, but you can, let me lift this up. You can see through the frisket. If you see here, you can kind of see my drawing moving around. It may be possible that you don't need to backlight and you can actually draw through. The grid is a little distracting, but the side of the paper, of the frisket paper you want to draw on, it's not this shiny side. This is going to be the proper side to draw on. This is the side you peel up, and you actually will set about drawing out your design, which I'll show in the next video. And I use pencil. You could use an ink pen. It's really up to you.